Hey YouTube, what's going on? If you guys have been following me in the last couple of videos, then you know that we've been talking a lot about cryptos. It's been heavy crypto season, at least just the kickoff. But in today's video, we won't be talking about XRP or Bitcoin or any of the altcoins, even though those are going to be the major gains that are going to be coming our way, at least for the near short term. But there's actually some big things going on in the stock market, in the equity markets, and we have the EV companies that are going absolutely parabolic. So in today's video, I'm going to be making it for you guys specifically crafted around the stock market and how you can go about 10xing your investment as we go through this evolution. If you guys are new to the channel and or here for the first time, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe with the bell notification turned on all. And in this channel, we like to focus on value and gains, of course. Whatever I catch with my eye goes straight to you guys. So it's a very early morning in sunny South Florida. So happy December 2nd. It is Wednesday morning, very, very early in the morning. And I'm making this video for you guys for the best picks of December. So these are my picks for December, and I'm gonna be giving you guys a couple of reasons as to why these are my picks. And although I don't have an extreme holdings with every single stock that I'm gonna be naming in today's video, I do have one stock that I'm hoarding, and I'll let you know on that also. So stay tuned, and now it's time to get into the video. So the EV sector has gone absolutely parabolic lately, raining gains on everybody. If you were in the EV and you were patient, then you got your fair share. Now, some people are saying that this is going to be the end. Some people are saying this is just the beginning. And for many reasons, I am on the side of it being just the beginning. I wanted to follow that by sharing a fun fact that Elon Musk is now the second richest human being on the planet, and the share price hasn't even reached its tip top. So he might even end up being the first very soon. But we don't know. It's not very important. What we care to know is where the Tesla stock price is going. And I couldn't tell you exactly where, but all I know is it's going up. The only thing that I would like to bring to everyone's attention is you guys are going to want to make sure to keep an eye on when that up reaches its top so that you can be prepared before it comes back down, because everything that goes up must come back down. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or do. But for me personally, I'm going to be selling just a couple days after the inclusion because, of course, we're going to have all that money coming in, and then there's going to be those retail investors following it, and then we'll reach that tip plateau and start coming back down. And I don't want to be here for the downside, so I'm just going to be happy and not greedy and take just a couple days after it is included in the S&P 500. For all of you who do not know, it's supposed to be December 23rd, I believe, and they're going to be buying over 80 billion shares in just one go. So it's going to be an extremely interesting day. It's going to be fun, interesting, great. I'm going to, of course, keep you guys updated on that as we go. That is the stock that I am hoarding, by the way, if you were curious to know. I am hoarding Tesla, at least to the best of my capabilities. It wasn't too expensive when I got in, but it was still a little up there. I couldn't go as crazy as I wanted to, but I got enough to the point where I feel satisfied, and now it's time to kick back, eat some popcorn, watch the show, and see where it goes. I don't do price predictions, but I've heard 1,000 just a couple of times from a couple different people. So EVs have a very big pro when it comes to the environment. Not only this, but eventually when the price comes down, it's going to be an affordability factor, which is ultimately what it's missing at this point. I think if Tesla were to bring its prices down on the Model 3 just a little bit, and even on some of the S models, then I feel like people would then be more willing to give it a shot, even though the inconvenience of charging it is it's a little bit of a headache, especially if you try doing it with a regular electrical outlet. I tried doing it, and it ended up taking like a day and a half. You have to make sure that you swap out the outlet with something like, for example, what your washer and dryer plugs into. It's a big one. Going forward, we're going to be talking about the major catalysts for Tesla and NIO for the EV companies and their dominance within the US and China. So if you're interested in this, make sure to continue watching the video to the very end. So just a few weeks ago, Tesla released its new updated rewritten version of the full self-driving that it was offering in the very beginning that they had to take off the market. And from what I'm hearing, it's doing fairly well for everybody who's been trying it. They released it to a couple of beta testers after a couple of hundreds of thousands of different routes that the program had to learn. They let it go to the market, and my friend got one not too long ago. Shout out to Robbie Chambers. he has a Tesla Model 3 and he is stoked to see what's going to happen with Elon Musk and the robo-taxis. But the video is not about that today, so let's continue on with the stocks. So you see, the thing is with Tesla is that it's already have proven time and time again that is an extremely innovative company. It's built upon innovation. It makes things that don't seem so much realistic come to reality, and that is why people have a lot of faith. A lot of investors believe in the company along with Elon Musk because he hasn't shown us that he hasn't been able to do anything yet, and this is what people want to see. People like to see that there's strong leaders, strong management, and with all the resources needed, can accomplish anything in mind. The only other thing that's really big that I have to bring up is robo-taxis. So for those of you guys who haven't heard, and for those of you guys who have heard, robo-taxis are going to be a giant thing of the future, especially if it can be brought to society in the proper way with the regulations and rules that are going to be set in place. But just think about the market being undercut by robo-taxis when it comes to the yellow cab services, when it comes to taxis, Uber, Lyft, all that stuff under the sun is all going to be taken out, wiped out by robo-taxis. And just think about what that means for Tesla shareholders. Alright guys, so I hope this doesn't come as a shock to you, but stock number 2 is going to be NIO. NIO's been on an absolute rampage, and yes, it's been cooling down for just a little bit, but I can confidently say that it hasn't stretched to its full potential. Think about this, just a company like NIO, almost being on the brink of bankruptcy not too long ago, actually surpassing tons of companies and their market cap just in such a condensed period of time. What does that mean? That means when there's a will, there's a way, and they're striving for it, and these are the type of companies that you want your money parked in. They passed BMW, General Motors, and a couple others, and that is just insane. Think about how long BMW's been around, and think about how long NIO's been around, and you do the math. Now yes, everything's been a little overbought, but from the price point that it's at, it's really easy to understand that it's worth it. NIO released its October deliveries and disclosed that it had over 5,000 vehicles, and that's when we seen the price of the stock surge. So we can just expect more and more of this as more and more satisfied customers purchase and use NIO. Alright guys, sorry about that. We are back. Unfortunately, in the middle of my video, my camera decided to die on me, so I had to stop and give it some juice. So just for that, please drop a like on the video for my frustrations. It'll make me feel a lot better about this 30-minute break that I had to take at 2 o'clock in the morning. So something that I want to bring to everyone's attention is not too long ago, China had a holiday known as the Golden Week, and what this is known as is where everybody stops work, all the manufacturing plants and companies stop working collectively and spend time with family and rejoice and recoup the love that family brings. So it wouldn't be a shock if their deliveries and their capacity was registered a slight bit lower just for the month of October, but we can expect things to be ramping up as there's no more foreseen closures anytime soon. So I can definitely say wholeheartedly that their operations were definitely impacted due to the pause that everyone had to do in the country as a whole. But if you know anything about NIO and you heard what I said not too long ago, you'll know that NIO only doubled their deliveries and their output when that week had them down. But that it just goes to show you that they have it down to a science and they can pump out vehicles and they have all of the manufacturing down to the T to where they can make vehicles at an extremely rapid rate, which only means more money in the long run. Which shows that NIO is an extremely advanced company, which also in turn leads to more gains, more money, higher share value in the long run. Alright guys, so for the last stock on the list for my top 3 picks of December, it's going to be Xpeng. And Xpeng is a company that only just IPO'd 2 months ago, as majority of us know, and has not only surpassed big numbers as the share price has been growing, but also quadrupled. That's right, it 4x'd its price in just a short couple of months, and that is just going to be disjustice to say that it's going to stop anytime soon. At one point in time, the company was $75 a share, but it had to pull back just like all the other healthy bull runs. They got to pull back and consolidate before going up higher. So Xpeng, what kind of company is it? What's its purpose? What's its operations? That's what I'm about to tell you right now. So before I dive deeper into Xpeng, to give you a little bit of some origination information, it was a company founded in 2014 that solely focuses on the supply and manufacturing of Chinese EV vehicles, so they're in China. And not only this, but the founder's name is Henry Shaw, which also was highly inspired by Tesla and Elon Musk. Isn't that such a great story? So we know the roots are there, the foundation is there, which poises these companies to only soar to the moon. So even though they're a pretty fairly new company, they already have their own factory and they are already gaining the likes of the Chinese markets. So this is going to be a Chinese-backed company, which also is going to give it a leg up in the EV market race. They currently have a manufacturing capability of 100,000 vehicles per year, which is not too shabby, especially considering that NIO was playing with around 5 figures not too long ago, and will be obviously expanding in the near future, but you can get the idea that they're moving pretty rapid. So I can't stress this enough that they have advantage when it comes to competition, and this is only going to mean greater gains for the shareholders and bright futures for EV companies as a whole, as it's better for the environment. And as NIO and Xpeng are better for China, they will do well in their territory and possibly go abroad, while Tesla is already abroad and is doing fantastic with very, very blue skies. One last thing that I'd like to say before wrapping up the video is that NIO and Xpeng aren't necessarily going to be competitors, as they're both focusing on different brackets of luxury and efficiency in the EV markets, so something to consider, even though some competition would be healthy. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did and you're new to the channel or here for the first time, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to let me know that I'm doing a good job. And we'll be seeing you guys on the next one. Peace.